So, it's been quite a minute since I've vlogged here. And there's a reason for that. Let's get into it. First off, I wasn't able to vlog because I got a strike on my other channel. It affected my vlog channel because I was going live simultaneously, and it struck out my vlog channel, so I wasn't able to put out absolutely anything. So I reached a really not easy decision to kind of sort of pull the plug on my other channel. So that's the main reason why I wasn't able to vlog at all. Secondly, you might notice something a little bit different about what's going on behind me. Stick around to the very end. I'll let you know that. But mostly the biggest thing that's happened since I've been away was we had another baby. It happened all of a sudden. It was he came out too soon, and we just were not 100%. I mean, we were ready, but we weren't ready. So to set the mood, it was a weekend. I believe it was a Friday. And we were just hanging out how we usually do it on the weekends with the nieces, aka my other kiddos, having a few drinks, just chilling out, watching TV, just doing the thing. And prior to all this, my wife was already not feeling very great, but it was something that was already happening, so we didn't really think much of it till we started getting advice from my niece, my oldest niece, who is a nurse, and also my sister-in-law, which is my oldest niece's mother. They insisted that we headed to the hospital. Me and the wife were kind of like, nah, if we go, they're just gonna send us back home, and so on and so forth. So this is how that day went down. It is Friday, February 27th, and according to the wife and all the nieces, or my other children as I call them, we gotta go to the hospital. I'm over here like, are we gonna go to the hospital?
You got him mad.
Fucking laughing and shit. Not looking very serious to me, but. So like I said, we were very unsure about it because we didn't want to just go it being like a false alarm, but everybody kind of sort of went against us and was like, you need to fucking go.
Because they say when they're every 5 minutes apart, okay, no, every 3 minutes apart.
Stop.
You need to go now.
Okay, bye.
So we went through the whole process. They took her in, and I had to be the one to sign her up. For me, it started looking a little too real, and I think it's just the fact that it was at the hospital. So we're here. She decided to get off herself and walk inside. We were supposed to go through the women's whatever emergency section, which we did, but they were fucking closed for some fucking reason. So we had to come to the emergency, which is where we're at. So I'm gonna go inside and see what's up. So being in a hospital setting with a pregnant wife just makes things a little much more real, right? It made it look like this was actually happening. And again, in our heads we're just like, we just didn't believe it. So like I said, I signed her up and just kind of stood around waiting to get called in to see what the news was. Like, was it a false alarm, or is this actually happening, or was there complications? Because like I mentioned, she was already going through some pains, so it's like just sitting there waiting till they called us in. Well, they called me in. So I just signed on the wife on where the little registering section, whatever. Now it's just waiting for them to call me in, whenever that would be. So it's unsure that our third kid is gonna be born today, but I mean, by the looks of it, just on the drive over here, the contractions were they were getting a little too close on the drive over, so could be the day, but we'll see. And then, surely but truly, one of the night nurse at the time walked in and told us, "Yeah, you guys aren't going anywhere. Doctor called it. You're staying. You're gonna have a baby real soon." So that was that moment. But even then, like even my wife would even mention, like, I still don't really believe it. But at that point for me, I was like, well, the professionals say we're having a baby, so I guess we're staying the night today. We're staying the night. Luckily, we had family over to take over our 2 girls, so the 2 girls were taken care of, and me and the wife were spending the night. We're spending the night in the hospital. We're in the room. Mommy might be giving birth way too soon than expected.
I said next Friday, Jay.
So, what's the 411 here? Why are you in bed?
Why am I in bed?
Yeah.
Because they're checking my contractions and his heart rate and all of that. I don't know how to read them, but they're there.
So yeah, we're here, quite possibly. I don't even know if I'm pointing because I'm using the camera part of the DJI Nano. But it might happen. It might happen today, tomorrow. We're not sure. We're just gonna play the waiting game now. I get to crash the couch again. A very uncomfortable couch. And a very uncomfortable bed, I assume.
Yes, especially on my lower back. Look, it's at 181.
Luckily, we did have bags prepared for the situation. So we had those on us in case, right? And but like I said, at that point, it was already real. They were monitoring the wife, and I had to crash the couch. So we spent the first night there. To wait out here in the waiting room again because they're doing I forgot what it's called. I'm pretty out of it. The thing that they do to numb everything so she won't feel so much pain. So they're doing that while I wait here, and they're gonna call me back in. And I'm kind of just coming a little bit in and out of napping to get as much rest as possible, because when this kid comes out, who knows when that's gonna happen. So I'm gonna go keep waiting. Well, it's lights out, and I expect us to try to sleep in this not comfortable couch. Apparently, what she's going through, so we're gonna spend the night, and hopefully this guy's born soon. Tonight, morning, I don't know. We're not sure. It's unclear. She's doing great, and something about a whole entire NICU team coming, because they're not 100% sure how all that's gonna go about. So we're trying to rest for when that happens. The next morning, it was when you stay at the hospital, they don't really let you rest because nurses are coming in and out just to check up and monitor stuff, right? But come the morning, we're both tired. My wife was going through these contraction pains. I believe that's what they were called. There's another name, I just don't remember it. But she's going through that, and I'm just coming in and out of sleep on account of people coming in and out. And come morning, we're all kind of sort of just settling in, see what's going to happen or at what point it was going to happen. My mother-in-law managed to make it to, see the birth of her, I don't even know what grandchild at this point. There's a lot of kids in this family. Gradually in this, giving birth process, it gets crazier. The wife's going through more pains. So they give her the epidural. Well, that kicks in. And then not much later, when you get the epidural, you start losing feeling on like the lower half of your body, right? And at this point, it kicks in pretty quickly. And she can't really tell if this baby's coming. So then one of the nurses, takes a peek, and sure enough, she's like, nope. He's here. He's here. This is happening. And we're just like, okay, we're doing this. It's 9:13. They're about to prep the room. Baby's coming. And then at exactly 9:30 in the morning, on the last day of February, the 28th, my third boy child was born. Like 30 minutes or an hour later, and it's 9:47, but he was born at 9:30. Welcome to the world, fool. Now, being as this was not my first rodeo, this will be my third kid, so I've experienced this before. But there was a little something different about it, being that it was the first boy, of course. It hit me in this very strange way, a happy way, of course, just not in the way that it felt when I had the two girls. Obviously, because he was the first boy, I felt it a little bit more, right? I was excited. I've been excited since I found out that we were having a boy. So as they're there, they're cleaning him up and stuff, and they're working on the wife. I'm just coming like back and forth, making sure she's okay, and then coming to him just to take a look at him, like, who's it gonna look like? Who's it gonna look like? And obviously, he's handsome looking, obviously. So all is well, baby's healthy. The wife is also doing great. So we get bunked up to another floor, to the recovery section. Like I said, we've done this before, so I knew what was gonna come next. I knew there was gonna be another night, right? I should probably give a shout out to everybody who came to visit. So shout out to everybody, you know who you are. So yeah, we were just pretty much just settling in, and at the same time just like mentally preparing ourselves, because yeah, like we're going home the next day with a new kid, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. The best part about that night, the night that my kid was born, was when the sisters were brought over to visit. The looks on their faces. My middle one now, she's still like trying to still getting used to it, right? She was the little baby in the family. I mean, she's good now. At first, it was kind of hard for her to like grasp the idea, but the big sister though, she was ecstatic, dude. She loved that the baby brother was out already. So everyone said their goodbyes. They left, and it was just me and the wife to spend the night, because like I said, we're going home after this till they told us, yeah, you're gonna have to stay another night. This is day 2 of being in the hospital with the baby. So, long story short, apparently there's this rule where, I'm pretty sure I already mentioned this in the vlog. He was born close to almost a month early, which makes him fall into the premature birth category. We were prepped for a a regular, just smooth delivery. We were not prepared for a preemie baby. And apparently, there is a set of rules that they must follow when preemie baby is born. And today I learned that there is a test that preemie babies have to take. And that test involves them sitting down for like about an hour and a half in the car seat. They check their breathing, they check their oxygen level, so on and so forth, in the car seat for an hour and a half. If they pass that, they're able to go home. Like I said, we were not prepared for that. So we're here going to spend another night at the hospital. They did give us the option to go home and leave the baby here. But the thing is, we both decided that we wanted to stick to breastfeeding because it's both of us for the benefits. So we're sticking around for another night, doing the breastfeeding. Right now, he's actually not here. He's actually in the middle of testing. I should be coming back pretty soon. So they're gonna come with us. Hopefully, the news. I don't know if they're gonna give it to us right now or later, but we are gonna find out if we're gonna be spending another night. So hopefully all goes well. If not, well, we're spending another night here. So yeah, we had to do another night, cause yeah, little bouncing baby boy came out a little too soon, so he landed right at the edge of the premature category. So yeah, they had to make sure he was okay. I know I mentioned that this wasn't our first rodeo, but if you are a parent watching this and you have spent nights in hospitals, they're not the most comfortable places to sleep in. The beds are uncomfortable, the couches are uncomfortable, the chairs are uncomfortable. The beds that the patients live in at some point get uncomfortable. But I think mostly it's the check-ins that the people here have to do. I know it's their job, but there's no resting if they're just constantly coming in to check up on you, right? So we had that, and at the same time, with this new baby that we're just trying to make sure he's okay, feeding him, diaper changes, all during, all this is happening. But luckily, all was good. His health was good. Everything was good. He's just very small. He was just like a preemie would be, right? So all things checked out good. He was excellent. So baby's back. Good news. He passed. Yay! That means we get to go home tomorrow.
Hopefully they're gonna do labs one more time.
Then what?
They're gonna do labs again in the morning.
They're gonna do labs again in the morning, but I'm pretty sure we're in the clear now, right? Pretty sure we're in the clear. So finally get to go home. His levels are just fine, so eventually we got the okay to go home. It's about to be 10 in the morning and we just got the awesomest news. We get to go home finally. Little bouncing baby boy can finally go home. We passed everything. He's eating better, and we are ready to go home. The hospital is not a place to sleep, so I'm psyched. Tired, but I'm psyched. All packed, ready to go. We're just waiting. What?
We're still waiting on his lab.
Yeah, we're waiting on that. But we're ready. We're ready to go. We are so ready to go. Gonna get coffee first. We're getting the fuck out of here. 2:04 in the afternoon, still waiting on them to let us go. Wife says that apparently we're waiting for them to see if it's okay for the new kid to go home, even though we were told by 2 doctors that it was fine. I'm not sure what's going on there, but still waiting here. Hunger's building up. We missed the girls, and still lacking coffee. A lot of stuff happening all at once. Just waiting on the word. Just waiting on the word. So let's see how long that's gonna take.
Eventually.
2:22. We're finally going home. After spending, 3 nights? Yeah, like about 3 nights at the hospital. Finally got to go home. But the first thing though that we had to do before absolutely anything, we had to get the coffee. Because spending nights with a newborn baby is very, very tiring. And then we get home, and so started this new routine of getting settled in with 3 kids. And it actually didn't really hit me till like a little bit later on, when I saw all 3 of them in the living room, and I was just standing there just looking at all 3 like, this is actually real now. The reality of it kicked in. Not in a scary, panicky kind of way. It's just you have this thing in your mind, and then when it actually is right in front of you, you kind of have a little hard time like letting it, like understanding like, wow, this actually real now. This is weird feeling, but at the same time, like I said, it's pretty cool to be going through this baby process for the 3rd time. Is I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but I do have experience with like doing it. I mean, so I think, like I've been mentioning throughout this entire vlog, or at least the parts where, you know, the new baby thing started getting mentioned, I do feel ready. Sure, my sleep schedule might get affected, as well as my workout routine, but like I mentioned, it's definitely going to be different in the most bestest way possible. My girls have just kind of been just waiting for the little brother to get taken out. My youngest daughter would be like, we would go to my wife's doctor's appointments. She'd always ask every time we come back, are they gonna take my little brother out now? So like they've been just waiting, despite my middle child now being not a little, you know, iffy about him, but she's psyched. It just got too real for her. But yeah, it's it's a new chapter. It's a new routine. It's a new adventure that's happening now. I did not get a chance to vlog us three for the last time because, like I said, it just kind of sort of happened out of the blue. And like I mentioned at the very beginning of this vlog, I was not allowed to. So there's a couple things I missed out. Before I do end this vlog, if, like I mentioned in the beginning, there is something in the works. If you notice my background looking a little bit different, there is going to be a podcast that's going to be like an extension of the vlog. So be on the lookout for that. It's hosted by myself and my wife. It's kind of like this little project that she's been wanting to do, combined with myself, the vlog, and just merged into one thing. So stick around. So that's gonna be coming very soon. There's 5 of us now in this house, and can't wait to see how that's gonna work out. The family has expanded, and you know, I see good things happening. I mean, it's my first boy, man. It's my first boy. So that's insane. It is insane, dude. The adventures that are gonna happen, man. I can't wait for that. Got my little bro, man. I got my little bro. And I'm very psyched that I get to show you guys the adventure as we go through this roller coaster we call life. I'm glad to be back, and cheers to family.